Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're looking at movie franchises that could have gone out on a high note if only they knew when to end. This list is nothing but spoilers. Vito's 50th birthday. The Godfather Part II. Business and vengeance trump family in Francis Ford Coppola's masterful sequel as Michael Corleone has his brother Fredo assassinated.
I knew it was you, Fredo.
Reminiscing about his father's 50th birthday, we see how far Michael has drifted from his former self and what matters most. Michael felt he didn't belong in college and his time in the army wouldn't last. He might not have realized it then, but Michael was destined to take his father's place. Where Vito surrounded himself with family, Michael ultimately finds himself alone. Coppola considered the Godfather movies a pair, having nothing left to say after Part 2. With Paramount resolute on making a trilogy and Coppola eventually falling on hard times though, they pulled him back in for an unnecessary epilogue 16 years later.
You can't be doing this a lot. Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in.
Heroes United. Zack Snyder's Justice League. If the theatrical cut of Justice League was a new low, then Zack Snyder's cut found the DCEU at its apex.
My turn.
This supersized event culminates in a triumphant finale as heroes line up for a group shot, providing the ideal place for a mic drop. Then there's the epilogue. While this extra half hour or so provided some further closure, it also set up several storylines that'd go nowhere.
Well, I'll be in touch. Oh, and some have called me the Martian Manhunter.
Adding insult to injury, most of the following DCEU movies failed to reach the same heights.
Black Adam. We should talk.
The studio thus decided to start from scratch. So instead of ending on an iconic image of our main heroes, we got Patrick Wilson eating a bug. That's more like how you'd end a canceled sitcom rather than a cinematic universe. Jack Goes Boating. Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. The original Pirates trilogy brings Jack Sparrow's story full circle. After his most bombastic voyage yet, Jack winds up back where he started. He has no ship, he has no crew, but he's still a master of improv and dumb luck.
Sparrow.
With nothing but a dinky boat, a map, his trusty compass, and a bottle of rum, Captain Jack set sail once more.
Drink up me hearty Joe.
It shows Jack will always be out there, searching for the next adventure. That said, we didn't need to see those next adventures. With the subsequent installments, the Pirates franchise got watered down by convoluted plots and dull new characters, while Jack struggled to keep things afloat with his old shtick. Even when literally at World's End, franchises can still go overboard.
I'm not looking for trouble.
What a horrible way to live.
Just keep swimming. The Bourne Ultimatum. The Bourne movies just kept getting better, wrapping up all those loose ends in Ultimatum. Jumping into the East River, Jason Bourne, or David Webb, is presumed dead. That doesn't mean his body was recovered.
However, after a 3-day search, Webb's body has yet to be found.
The audience smiles along with Nicky as Jason swims away. It's another full circle ending, as Jason was fished out of the sea when we first met him. Everything seemed to agree that Jason's story was over, hence why the Bourne legacy shifted focus to a new protagonist. After that film fell below expectations, Jason Bourne returned by popular demand in a sequel we honestly remember nothing about.
Yes?
This is Jason Bourne. I need to talk.
Matt Damon summed it up in 2007 when he said of the franchise, "We have ridden that horse as far as we can. For Paul, Furious 7. Tragedy loomed over Furious 7 with the sudden death of Paul Walker. Despite the heartbreaking circumstances, the team pulled together, delivering a tear-jerking tribute to Paul and his career-defining role, Brian O'Connor. Set to the song See You Again, Dom and Brian drive off in different directions, thinking about the good times and the day they'll be reunited.
Hey, thought you could leave without saying goodbye.
It was a beautiful goodbye to Brian, and it really should have been a farewell to this franchise. While the Fast family continued to grow, a crucial element has been missing without Brian, who now solely exists in off-screen land.
Everyone, meet Brian.
Even if these movies are still good for a few fun set pieces, Brian's absence is just one of the reasons the following sequels felt forced.
You'll always be with me. And you'll always be my brother.
A New Future. X-Men Days of Future Past. Before you flip out in the comments, the X-Men brand still could have continued through standalone spin-offs like Deadpool and Logan.
Carry him 3 feet off the ground to snatch up the nearest muffin crumb? No.
In terms of traditional X-Men movies with large ensembles, though, Days of Future Past clearly should have been this continuity's grand finale. Timelines collide as Wolverine is sent back to prevent the rise of Sentinels in 1973. Returning to 2023, Wolverine finds they not only stopped the Sentinels, but erased pretty much everything that happened in The Last Stand.
Morning, Logan. Late start.
With history rewritten and several familiar faces returning, it seemed like a fresh slate for future movies to build upon.
Professor.
Logan, is everything all right?
Yeah, I think it is.
Of course, knowing now what awaits in Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix, most of these characters should have been left in the past.
I can't see in your mind anymore.
Letting Michael burn. Halloween. There are multiple moments where the Halloween franchise could have left us on a satisfying note. Michael Myers was supposed to die in Halloween 2, only to return 2 movies later. Michael appeared deader than ever in H2O, but nothing that a resurrection can't fix. With 2018's Halloween ignoring the other sequels and Jamie Lee Curtis returning as Laurie Strode,
Happy Halloween, Michael.
it seemed like these characters would finally get the ending they deserved, and they did.
Goodbye, Michael.
Michael is set ablaze in a trap that not even he should be able to survive, while 3 generations of Strode ladies drive off. Universal just couldn't let it burn, however, churning out 2 more sequels that ironically made the same mistakes as the movies they previously retconned.
But the truth is, evil doesn't die. It changes shape.
Getting Away from Her, Aliens. everything has taken a step beyond in James Cameron's follow-up to the 1979 sci-fi classic, from its action to its heart. When Ellen Ripley faces the alien queen, we're just as pumped as we are emotionally invested.
Get away from her, you bitch!
The franchise could never top this rousing showdown, but surely Alien 3 would make an effort, right? Rather than up the ante, the next film immediately undoes everything that made Aliens so compelling, taking Newt and Hicks out of the equation.
It's here! You got coming!
Since then, the Alien franchise has struggled to justify its endurance through sequels, prequels, and crossovers that have failed to hit the mark. Whether or not this series ever rebounds, we're better off pretending Ripley's story ended with her daring escape and everything after was Newt's bad dream.
When one note is off, it eventually destroys the whole symphony, David.
Off into the sunset, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Riding into the sunset might sound cliche, but it's also about execution. Seeing Indiana Jones saddle up with his friends and father as John Williams' immortal score plays, we couldn't think of a better way to close out this Last Crusade. Well, make that third to Last Crusade. Although that title seemed as conclusive as possible, an aging Indy was roped back in for 2 more adventures involving aliens and Archimedes. Those sequels aren't without their fans, and by fans, we mean apologists. You can look past their flaws, but even the most die-hard defenders can't deny Last Crusade's ending was anything less than perfection. It's how we'd like to remember Indy, and we can only hope AI doesn't bring him back for a 4th Last Crusade.
He chose poorly.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. The value of human life. Terminator 2, Judgment Day. Where the previous films had us cheering when the T-800 was destroyed, this sequel made us bawl our eyes out. To ensure Judgment Day doesn't occur, the T-800 must sacrifice itself.
There's one more chip. And it must be destroyed also.
John is truly making the sacrifice, saying goodbye to the only father figure he's ever known.
I'm sorry, John. I'm sorry.
No, it'll be okay. Stay with us. It'll be okay.
I have to go away.
No, don't do it. Please, don't go.
I must go away, John.
No! No, wait. Wait, you don't have to do this.
Sorry.
Sarah, who's been haunted by memories of the other T-800 for almost 10 years, also mourns this machine, leaving us with a poignant message about humanity. Between Aliens and T2, James Cameron knows how to end a franchise. Hollywood does not, repeatedly reminding us how much we loved the first 2 Terminator films while dumping on the franchise's legacy.
Oh, no. No, you shouldn't even exist. I mean, we took out Cyberdyne over 10 years ago.
Who knows what the future holds? But as far as we're concerned, this story ended with a thumbs up. What was the logical closure point for your favorite franchise? Let us know in the comments.
I am Aquaman.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.